Hello, I'm Dr. Sigarkanti. In this video, we discuss some examples on rings. Let me consider first example. In a ring R, comma plus, comma dot, show that A dot B minus C equal to A dot B minus A dot C. So solution for this is, consider A dot of B minus C, left hand side, and I will write this as A dot of B minus, I will write this as plus of minus C, and this is equal to, by distributive laws we can write this as A dot B plus A dot minus C, and this can be written as A dot B, and we know that A into minus is equal to minus AC. This is minus A dot C. So this is the solution. Next example, show that R is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a ring with respect to the operations plus 6 and cross 6, addition modulo 6 and multiplication modulo 6. So for this, what we do is, we write the table, two tables. One is for addition, another is for multiplication. So that is here we write first addition table. Here we write the elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and column wise also we write the same element 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the addition table. Now write the elements. 0 plus 6, 0 is equal to 0. 0 plus 0 is 0, divided by 6, the remainder is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1, divide by 6, get the remainder, it is again equal to 1. 0 plus 2 is 2, remainder is 2. 0 plus 3 is 3, remainder is 3. 0 plus 4 is 4, remainder is 4 itself. 0 plus 5 is 5, remainder is 5. And coming to this one, 1 plus 0 is 1, remainder is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, remainder is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, remainder is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4, remainder is 4. 1 plus 4 is 5, remainder is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. So, we are dividing this by 6, getting the remainder is 0. Then from 2, 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 4 is 6, remainder is 0. And 2 plus 5 is 7, remainder is 1. Then from 3, 3 plus 0 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5, 3 plus 3 is 6, therefore I am getting remainder is 0. And 3 plus 4 is 7, remainder is 1. 3 plus 5 is 8, remainder is 3 plus 5 is 8, remainder is 2. And from 4, 4 plus 0 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, 4 plus 2 is 6, remainder is 0, 4 plus 3 is 7, remainder is 1, 4 plus 4 is 8, remainder is 2. 4 plus 5 is 9, remainder is 3. And from 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6, remainder is 0. 5 plus 2 is 7, remainder is 1. 5 plus 3 is 8, remainder is 2. 5 plus 4 is 9, remainder is 3. 5 plus 5 is 10, remainder is 4. Okay. So this is the addition table. And if you observe the elements in this table, all the elements either 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am getting from 0 to 5 here. Therefore, they all belongs to R. That is, all the entries in the table belongs to R. Therefore, closure law with respect to addition is satisfied. And associative law holds with respect to plus 6. And see here, this is the header row 0, 1 to 5 and the same row is here. And we are getting this row if I take the operation with 0 means 0 is acting as the identity element. So identity element is 0 here. And next for the inverse with respect to addition, see to find the inverse of 1, inverse of 0 is 0 itself. So inverse of 1 is go in this row till we get the identity. So identity is here. I am getting this identity if I take the operation 1 with 5 means inverse of 1 is 5. Similarly, to find the inverse of 2, go in this row till we get the identity. Identity 0 is here. And above this element in the header row we have 4. So if we are getting 0 if we take the operation 2 with 4. So inverse of 2 is 4. And inverse of 3. Inverse of 3 is 3 itself. And inverse of 4 is 2. And inverse of 5 is 1. So inverse of each element exists. And then if you observe the table, first row is 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. First column is 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Second row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Second row, second column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. Third row 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1. Third column 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 1. And this 1, 2, 3. Fourth row is 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2. Fourth column is 3, 4, 5, 0, 1, 2. And fifth row is 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3. Fifth column is 4, 5, 0, 1, 2, 3. And the last row, sixth row is 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sixth column is 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, the table is symmetrical. If the table is symmetrical, the commutative law holds with respect to addition. So, all the 5 conditions are satisfied. Therefore, R comma plus 6 is an abelian group. So, we write here, number 1, all the entries in the table belongs to R. What this implies closure law satisfied with respect to addition modulo 6 plus 6. And then second one, plus 6 is associative. Plus 6 is associative. So therefore, associative law holds with respect to addition. With respect to addition modulo 6. And next, third one, 0 is the identity. 0 is the identity. Fourth one, inverse of 1 is equal to 5. Here, inverse of 1 is 5. Inverse of 2 is 4. Inverse of 3 is 3. Inverse of 4 is 2. Inverse of 5 is 1. So 1 inverse equal to 5, 2 inverse E is equal to 4, 3 inverse equal to 3 itself, 1 inverse equal to 5, 2 inverse equal to 4, and 3 inverse E is equal to 3, 4 inverse E is equal to 2, 5 inverse E is equal to 1. So inverse of each element exists. And next, table is symmetrical. Table is symmetrical about the principal diagonal. About the principal diagonal. What this implies here is commutative law holds. Commutative law holds. Okay. So therefore, all the 5 axioms are satisfied. Therefore, R comma plus 6 is an abelian group. Okay, abelian group. And coming to the second axiom of the ring, cross 5 is associative. Cross 5 is in any manner we can multiply, we can divide. Cross 6. We get the same remainder. So that is cross 6 is associative. Associative law holds. Second axiom is also satisfied. And cross 6 is distributive over plus 6. So all the 3 conditions are satisfied. Therefore, we can say that R comma plus 6 comma cross 6 is a ring. Is a ring. And is this a commutative ring? So for that, I have to write one more table here. That is the multiplication table. What I do is I draw multiplication table. Multiplication table is cross 6. Similar to that of the addition table, I write the multiplication table. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also I write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So here I have to multiply, divide by 6 and get the remainder. 0 into 0 is 0, remainder is 0, 0 into 1 is 0, 0 into 2 is 0, 0 into 3 is 0, 0 into 4 is 0, 0 into 5 is 0. Getting the remainder equal to 0. Now from 1 into 0 is 0, remainder is 0, 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into 2 is 2, 1 into 3 is 3, 1 into 4 is 4, 1 into 5 is 5. Okay. Next from 2, 2 into 0 is 0, 2 into 1 is 2, 2 into 2 is 4, 2 into 3 is 6. 2 into 3 is 6, that is I am getting 0. 2 into 4 is 8, I am getting 2. 2 into 5 is 10, the value is 4. And from 3, 3 into 0 is 0, 3 into 1 is 3, 3 into 2 is 6, so I am getting 0 here. 3 into 3 is 9, I am getting 3. 3 into 4 is 12, I am getting 0. 3 into 5 is 15. 15 means dividing by 6, I am getting the value 3. Remainder is 3. Then from 4. 4 into 0 is 0. 4 into 1 is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. 4 into 2 is 8 means getting the remainder is 2. 4 into 3 is 12, 0. 4 into 4 is 16, remainder is 4. 4 into 5 is 20, remainder is 2. Then from 5, 5 into 0 is 0, 5 into 1 is 5, 5 into 2 is 10. 10 means it is 4, remainder is 4. 5 into 3 is 15, remainder is 3. 5 into 4 is 20, remainder is 2. 5 into 5 is 25, remainder is 1. So this is the multiplication table. Now here, it is having unity here. See, this is the header row 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same row is here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means here 1 is acting as the unity. So that is here 1 is the unity. 1 is the unity. So that is, this is the ring with unity. And in this commutative ring, see first row zeros, first column zeros. Second row 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Second column 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Third row 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 4. Third column 0, 2, 4, 0, 2, 4. And fourth row 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. Fourth column 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3. Fifth row 0, 4, 2, 0, 4, 2. Fifth column is 0, 4, 2, 0, 4, 2. And sixth row is 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sixth column 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that is this symmetrical about the principal diagonal. Commutative law holds with respect to multiplication. That is here table is symmetrical about the principal diagonal commutative law holds. Commutative law holds with respect to multiplication modulus 6. Table is symmetrical about the principal diagonal. Commutative law holds with respect to multiplication modulus 6. And is this integral domain? I don't think. Because here, see, 2 is not equal to 0. 3 is not equal to 0. But what I am getting here is 2 into 3 equal to 0. So this is with 0 divisors. 2 is not equal to 0, 3 is not equal to 0, but I am getting 2 into 3 is equal to 0. So 2 and 3 are the 0 divisors. Therefore, this is not an integral domain. And is this a field? No. Because in general, if it is a integral domain, then it is not a field. And here, this is not even an integral domain. Okay, so therefore, this cannot be a field. Or we say that we know that every field is an integral domain, that we have already proved. And this is not an integral domain, therefore this is not a field, right? So that is inverse of each element does not exist here. So to get the inverse of each element with respect to multiplication, one is the identity element. What is the inverse of 2? So here inverse of 2 does not exist. I am not getting 1 here. Inverse of 3 also does not exist. Inverse of 4 also does not exist. Inverse of 5 exists here. Inverse of 5 is 5 itself. So that is inverse of each non-zero element does not exist. Therefore, this is not a field. And here, this R is with 0 divisors. With 0 divisors. That is here 2 not equal to 0, 3 not equal to 0. But here 2 into 3 is equal to 0. That is 2 and 3 are 0 divisors. 0 divisors. So therefore, R is not an integral domain and not a field. Okay. So that is, this is a ring and this is a commutative ring and this is with unity. This is a commutative ring with unity. This is not a integral domain and it is not a field. Okay. Next, I will consider another example. Prove that R is without 0 divisors, without 0 divisors, if and only if cancellation laws satisfy in R. So what is cancellation laws? Cancellation laws in ring are AB equal to AC implies that B equal to C. This is the cancellation law in rings. Cancellation laws hold in groups definitely, but in rings need not be. Cancellation laws in rings is AB equal to AC implies that B equal to C. This is known as the cancellation law. So what is the example here? R is without 0 divisors if and only cancellation law satisfy in R. That is, if R is without 0 divisors, we have to prove that cancellation laws hold in R. And conversely, suppose cancellation laws hold in R, then we have to prove that R is without 0 divisors. So let me consider one by one. So that is here. Let R be without 0 divisors. R be without 0 divisors. I have to prove that cancellation law satisfy in R. So this I have to prove. So here, let me consider AB equal to AC. My aim is to show that B equal to C. So for this, what this implies here is we write this as AB minus AC is equal to 0. And I will write this as, by distributive laws, I will write this as A into B minus C is equal to 0. And this implies A equal to 0 or B minus C is equal to 0. And here we have with the condition A is not equal to 0. Okay. So here we have, I am getting A is equal to 0 or B equal to 0. But here we have, and A is not equal to 0. Now here what I am getting here is A equal to 0 or B minus C equal to 0. Why we are getting this one? This is because R is without 0 divisors, right? Now here, since A is not equal to 0, so that is, since A not equal to 0, the only possibility is B minus C equal to 0. What this implies here is B is equal to C. So that is here cancellation law holds. And one more cancellation law is this one, right? Cancellation law. AB equal to CB and B not equal to 0 implies that A equal to C. So similarly we can prove AB equal to CB and B is not equal to 0, A equal to C. Similar way we can prove this also. Okay. So that is one way we have proved. R is without 0 divisors. R be a ring without 0 divisors. We have proved that cancellation laws hold in it. Conversely, I will consider conversely let cancellation laws hold in R. What is my aim? I have to prove that R is without 0 divisors. Okay. Now here, for that, let me consider AB equal to AB is equal to 0. I have to prove that A equal to 0 or B equal to 0. Now here, I will write this as AB can be written as A into 0. A into 0. AB is equal to 0 can be written as A into 0. And here by cancellation law, we can remove this A and A. Okay, we can remove this A and A. This implies B equal to 0. So that is here we take um, AB equal to AB equal to into 0 and let A is not equal to 0. Then by left cancellation law, I can cancel this A and A, then we get B equal to 0. Similarly, if B is not equal to 0, I will write AB is equal to 0 can be written as 0 into, this can be written as 0 into B. And here using by right cancellation law, I can remove B and B. If I remove B and B, then I am getting A equal to 0. See here I have taken AB equal to 0. If A is not equal to 0, we have put that B equal to 0. And again, if B is not equal to 0, we have put that A equal to 0. So that is what we proved is AB equal to 0 implies A equal to 0 or B equal to 0. So that is here, that is R is without 0 divisors. This is what we have to prove. Okay, R is without 0 divisors. Next I will go to another example. So an example, uh, give an example, give an example, give an example of a commutative ring with unity and a non-commutative ring with unity. Okay. Give an example of a commutative ring with unity and a non-commutative ring with unity. So first I will give an example. Just we have to give an example, not to prove. Assuming that we know all types of the rings, right? Then we give an example. See, this is an example. Z comma plus comma dot. Is this a ring? Yes, this is a ring. Is this a commutative ring? Yes, because A and B are any two integers, then AB equal to BA is satisfied. Is this with unity? Yes, because 1 belongs to Z. This is a commutative ring with unity. Okay, this is a commutative ring with unity. And next, I have to give a non-commutative ring with unity, where the commutative law does not hold. We know that for matrix multiplication, if A and B are any two matrices, and if the multiplication is defined, then AB need not be equal to BA. Okay, so that is we can give an example of a ring of matrices. So that is here. Next example is I write R is equal to A, B, C, D, set of all 2 by 2 matrices where A, B, C, D belongs to Z. These are integers. And we know that this is a ring, is a non-commutative, because in general matrix A into matrix B need not be equal to matrix B into matrix A. So is a non-commutative ring with unity, because here unit matrix is 1 0 0 1 is there. 1 0 0 1 is the unit matrix, that is the unity, belongs to R. So this is an example of a non-commutative ring with unity. Okay. Next I will go to another example. Show that R is equal to the set consisting of the matrices of this form A, B, 0, 0 such that A and B belongs to R. So here I will take uh, because we have used this R for real numbers, and I will use another set here, another notation here. Let me write this as a G. G equal to, okay, is a ring with respect to matrix addition, and matrix multiplication. Okay. So here I will write, first I have to prove that, number one, I have to prove that G comma plus is an abelian group. Okay, I have to prove that G comma plus is an abelian group. For that, I have to show that 5 axioms are satisfied. That is closure law, associative law, identity, inverse, and the commutative. Okay, let me try one by one here. Let A equal to the matrix A1, B1, 0, 0, and B is the matrix A2, B2, 0, 0, belongs to the set G. And what this implies here is A plus B is of the form A1 plus A2. This is B1 plus B2. 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0. This belongs to G. So closure law satisfied. Closure law holds. And second one, matrix addition is associative. We know that addition of the matrices is associative. In any manner we can add, we are getting the same matrix here. So associative law holds. Third one, let me denote this matrix 0 is 0, 0, 0, 0. Is this the zero matrix here? Yes. And this acts as the identity with respect to addition. Is the identity with respect to addition, right? With respect to addition. And fourth one, uh, for A equal to A1 P1 0 0, let me denote minus A equal to minus A1 minus B1 0 0, right? And if I take A plus of minus A equal to minus A plus A, am I getting this is equal to 0? Yes, I am getting this matrix here, because A1 minus A1 0, B1 minus B1 0, I am getting this matrix here. That is, I am getting 0. So this implies minus A is the inverse of A. And finally, commutative law with respect to addition. And we know that commutative law satisfies. So A plus B, this is our A, this is our B. A plus B is first element is A1 plus A2. B plus A is nothing but A2 plus A1. We know that A1 plus A2 equal to A2 plus A1. Therefore, here we write A plus B is equal to B plus A. Finally, A plus B is equal to B plus A. So, therefore, the set G comma plus is abelian group. Abelian group. Okay, is abelian group. Next, I will go for the second axiom of the ring. We know that matrix multiplication is associative. Matrix multiplication, matrix multiplication, matrix multiplication is associative. So that is, so for A, B, C belongs to G, then we have A into BC is equal to AB into C. So the second axiom is also satisfied. And third, distributive, we have A into B plus C can be written as AB plus AC, and A plus B into C is equal to AC plus BC, right? This we know, no need to prove here. We know that if ABC are matrices of the same size, then A into B plus C equal to AB plus AC. A plus B into C is equal to AC plus BC. The distributive laws are satisfied. Associative law holds, and it is a group with respect to addition. Therefore, G comma plus comma dot. So dot is matrix multiplication, and plus is the matrix addition. Is a ring. Is a ring. And is this with unity? Is this with unity? See here, G consisting of the elements of this form, all 2 by 2 matrix, where the first row is 0, 0, first row is A, B, and second row is 0, 0. And the unity in this matrix is we have 1, 0, 0, 1. So 1, 0, 0, 1 is not here. So therefore, this is without unity. So that is here. G is without unity. G is without unity. And is this commutative ring? This is the ring without unity. Is this a commutative ring? I have to verify whether AB equal to BA or not. Okay. Suppose if I take for commutative, let me consider AB. AB is A1, B1, 0, 0, and B is A2, B2, 0, 0. This is equal to, if I multiply these two, then we get here A1, A2, sorry. So G is without unity, and for commutative, let me consider AB. AB is equal to A is A1, B1, 0, 0. B is A2, B2, 0, 0. This is equal to, if I multiply, this is A1, A2, A1, A2, A1, A2, 0. Next, A1, first row, second column is A1, B2. This is our A1, B2. And second row, from second row, this is 0. Second row, second column is also equal to 0. This is our AB. And what is BA? BA is equal to A2, B2 0 0 A1 B1 0 0. This is equal to, if I take the multiplication, this is nothing but A2 A1 then 0. That is, this is our A2 A1 0. Second first row, second column is A2 B1 A2 B1. This is A2 A1. Second row A2 B1 A2 B1 A2 B1, and this second row is 0 0. See, AB is A1 A2 and A1 B2 A1 B2. Second row is 0 0, and if I consider BA A2 A1, okay, A2 A1 is same as A1 A2. But what about the second element here? So here I am getting, if I take the first row and second column, I am getting A1 B2 here. This is our A1 B2. And if I take the first row and second column in BA, I am getting A2 B1. So here A2 B1 is not equal to A1 B2. Therefore, AB is not equal to BA. So that is here AB not equal to BA. AB is not equal to BA. So AB is not equal to BA means it is not a commutative ring. So that is here R is not commutative. This is not a commutative. And if this is not a commutative ring, then there is no question of verifying whether it is integral domain or field. So here R is a ring with unity, without unity. So R is just G is just a ring. So here I have to write it's not R. I have taken G here. G is not commutative. So here G is just a ring. This without unity, and it is not a commutative ring. Okay. Thank you. I'll stop here.